Today, after over a month of the Vibin quest lines being gone, we have finally gotten them back with the return of Part 6. And for the first stage of Part 6, of course, we have to do our standard thing of establishing a device uplink. Now, this is the annoying part to every single one of the Vibin quest lines, but we always have to do it, and it is incredibly simple to do. You can drop on down to literally any of these exclamation points. Personally, I'm going to go to the one at Chonker Speedway because I do know that there's the nice cars with the off-road tires already pre-installed in them, so it makes it just a lot nicer. Now, I would also recommend doing these challenges in build mode just so that you can actually build your way around things and get to specific locations that you need to a lot easier. But let's go ahead and actually tap on the first device uplink to get our next stage of the quest. So for our next part of the challenge, we're going to need to find the chair, and thankfully we went to the right place over here because at Chonker Speedway we are right nearby this next spot that we need to go to. So I'm going to go ahead and run over to the whiplashes that naturally spawn over here because it will make getting to this next stage a lot easier. I'm going to go ahead and kill a guy in the process apparently because that guy was trying to kill us, but we're going to go ahead and drive over to our location of the chair, which is right on here in the bottom right hand corner of the map. If you guys don't know exactly where that is, then you can go ahead and pause the video to see that exact location. But once we get on down there, literally all we need to do is find the chair to complete stage 2 of this, and then we're going to need to get back to establishing our device uplink. So as you guys can see right over here, the chair is in the middle of this scientist level compound. So if we just go ahead and interact with it, we have now completed that part of this quest, and we can move on to our next part of the quest, which is again establishing another device uplink. So for this next stage, there's a lot of different spots you can go to. Personally, I'm going to head over to the Jonesies just because that is the one closest by. As always, you can either load out of the match and go back into a new one, or you can just go ahead and drive over there in the same match. Personally, I find it a lot easier to just head over there in the same match. That way I don't have to wait in queue, but it's honestly up to you. So now that we're all the way over here, we're going to go ahead and establish our device uplink to yet again get the next stage of our challenge, which yet again we'll need to complete. Now for this stage of the challenge, we need to travel 500 meters while sprinting, which is incredibly easy to do. If you do not have your sprint key bound, I don't know how you're still playing Fortnite. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. Everybody should have their sprint key bound, but it's actually very easy to find. It's in the settings, but I'm not here to show you guys how to bind your sprint key. Just go ahead and start running around everywhere, and you will very quickly complete this challenge. So now we've only got 20 meters left after a very long time of sprinting, letting the bar recharge, and then sprinting again. We've now finally completed that stage of the challenge. We're moving on to their next stage, which is to consume 6 foraged items. Sorry for tripping on my words there. I was just getting a little bit excited about this challenge. In reality, I just didn't want to have to make a jump cut. But let's go ahead and go to a gas station, which typically has a lot of the boxes that will allow you to actually gather these foraged items. So unfortunately, that gas station is entirely looted, but what some good news is I believe that there are some shield mushrooms back behind this gas station. Yep, right over here, you guys can see that there are shield mushrooms on the ground. So all you're going to need to do is go ahead and start consuming them, and once we eat 6 of them, we'll complete this stage of the challenge. So we've got 3 here. Hopefully there are 3 more. I'm honestly not sure if there'll be any more over here, which would kind of suck because then we're stuck halfway there. But this is a really good spot to find those mushrooms. So if you're not having any luck, and there we are. Never mind. We're talking about luck. We just got some mad luck. Clomberries will also count as foraged items because literally any things that you can pick off the ground or get from plants will count as these items. So we're going to go ahead and pop some of these clomberries. And as you guys can see right there, we are now finished with that stage of the challenge, and we're moving on to our next stage. Now in this stage, we need to travel 500 meters while swimming, which is honestly very convenient because we are getting very close to Loot Lake, which is a perfect spot to do this swimming because not only is it a very large open area where you can swim, it's also outside of storm for me, so it's kind of a win-win. So as you guys can see right over here, I am now over at the Loot Lake, and we're just going to go ahead and start swimming. It's literally as simple as that. Hopefully these people gliding all around us are not gliding at us. That would be a little bit unfortunate, but all you're going to need to do is just go ahead and start swimming and try and get to that 500 meters. Now, I'm not totally sure how it tracks it, if it counts it while you're jumping out of the water, or if it only counts swimming as the time that you're in the water. So personally, what I would recommend to do is just swim like this. While you're going to travel a lot slower, it does guarantee that the time you spend in the water will actually count towards your progress on the challenge, because I'm not sure if you're jumping, if the game is smart enough to realize that, yes, you are still swimming, even though I'm outside of of the water, I am actually still swimming. So as you guys can see right there, I just finished my 500 meters of swimming, and now what we have up next is to yet again establish a device uplink, the standard go-to process that we always need to do. Unfortunately, it is back in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, so I'm not going to be able to do it in this match, so I am going to need to load out of this one and go back into a new one. I'll see you guys there. So we're back into my next match here, and we're finally on the last part of the Part 6 challenges. I always love how they name these things, because they name them in parts, but then they give parts to the parts, and so it gets so complex when I'm trying to talk about them. But we do need to establish our device uplink here, so we'll go ahead and do that for the last time in the Part 6 challenges. We will need to do that again for Part 7, as always, for the Vibin quest lines. It's kind of like the staple thing about them, and Fishstick really does not want us to listen to our audio here, but we're going to go ahead and wait him out. Then we're going to go ahead and kill him because he was being mean to us, and then we can look at our next step of break the energy field around the chair, which we need to return back to the original spot that we went. So it is very useful to drop on down to Chonker's tires over here, because it will allow you to be very close to the chair, and then all you're going to need to do is grab one of those cars, drive on down over there, and immediately complete that challenge. So as you guys can see right here, we are back over at the chair here to break the energy field, and all we need to do is go ahead and pickaxe it once, and that will break the energy field. Now the only thing we need to do is go ahead and collect the chair, which apparently this guy does not want us to do. That was very rude of him, but we're going to need to load into another match to go ahead and actually collect that chair. So I'm dropping back on down to finally collect my chair after I got so rudely interrupted last time. And a wolf really wants to contest me for it again? Dude, I cannot peacefully get this chair. Hold up. I'm going to go ahead and try and take out this wolf, because I'm not trying to die picking up this chair. All right, we're back over to the chair now, and we can finally go ahead and collect this chair after so long. It is a little bit glitchy with where you need to interact with it. It's a little bit above where the chair is. It is annoying, but we're going to go ahead and pick it up, and wow, we just got an 8.5 magnitude shockwave. I don't know, that's something about the lore, but this is not the lore video. I'll upload a separate video covering all the lore that they talk about during this, but for now, that is the challenge guide on how to complete all of your Part 6 Vibin questline. If you guys did enjoy this video or find it helpful, then please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel, as that would help me out a ton. I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.